Hey guys, this is just part two. Sorry for the interruption. Having some gastro issues lately. Okay, so we're just going through this pretty nice down small collection. I would call this, or just a big lot. I don't know the parameters there, but everything's been sealed. Everything's basically mint as hell. Has a little Florida vibe going to it with this one. And I'm forgetting something, but anyway, I'm noticing this piece here. Let's take a look at this. These are pretty hard to come across, especially in mint condition, but these were around the Florida area in the 1980s. And this is something you could pick up at the Welcome Center, something like that. But it has orange gumballs in it, and it looks like an orange crate. And as you can see, the tag here, and Florida orange is very cool, bubblegum. Novelty bubblegum here. Someone's been kind of playing with this area right here on the tag. Super cool. That's wood. It's not plastic. A couple more bubblegum pieces revealed themselves. Let's pull this as well. So blackjack is something you would find along with these as well. And sort of this old-timey bubblegum or chewing gum lot. Also the classic 1982 Leaf Secret Message bubblegum. Look at that. Yeah, I was just going to list one of these. I took a picture of it actually the other night. I got to list it. Yeah, I have a bunch of those. Okay, next up is a 1984 U.S. Gold. This was for the 1984 Olympics in Los Angeles. You can tell I've handled all these many times before in the past. I have. But very cool. You know, this was only released for that one Olympics, and it was a one and done thing, but this was made by Leaf, the same makers that did Secret Message bubblegum here. And some of this other stuff. Okay. Next up, this might be Leaf as well. It could be either Leaf or Hershey's. And this is Eggums. And this is Leaf. I was surprised to learn that these date back to the late 80s. I had no idea. I thought these were all 90s because that's when I remember them. But they actually date to, the Leaf ones, can date to the late 80s. And I honestly haven't got around to really studying that issue. And I learned that by looking at trademark data for Eggums. Because I have to research this stuff when I sell it. I'm not going to sell someone something I don't know anything about. This is one of my favorite candy containers of all time. This is Chew Fun Bubblegum Noodles by Tops. This should date to 1985. Let's see. There you go. 1985. So very cute size there. These come in two variants. There's a red handle variant and a blue. And this is the blue. Next up is a 1982 Tops Bazooka. Obviously, Tops is who handled Bazooka. Bubblegum tube. This came out during the soft bubblegum era. They started putting bubblegum in what basically is toothpaste tubes. And this is one of the stars of that era. I'm sorry, it's 1983. Let me get you in there. I don't know why my phone won't zoom in. I guess the light's bad. Let's try that. Still won't latch onto that. Okay, well, anyway, it says 1983. Let me wipe this screen. Give me 1 second. Let's try it again. Was it my damn screen? And then it looks like the last piece. Let me just make sure that's true. Yeah, last piece is a 1981 Leaf golf ball novelty bubblegum gumballs. They look sort of popcornish to me. They actually did end up go back to make a popcorn bubblegum. Leaf did. But this is the one they passed off as golf balls. And it came in a 3-pack just like you would buy golf balls in a golf ball store or athletic store or whatever. They sort of made it look like that. These at one time were bright white. As you can see, they've yellowed over time. And looking at the condition of this lot, how mint everything is, this might be the best you'll about ever see. Oh, I think I did skip over this. Here's a Kennebec spruce gum. I have seen these around. I've actually never handled this before. I don't know the deal on these, but they have popped up in very similar lots to this from this era, I've noticed, but I've personally never even held this before. I'm going to hang on to that. Before I do a review, I was going to show you, I'm just making sure that's everything. So yeah, that was pretty awesome, actually. I did pick up some things the other day at the dollar store. You can actually find, I'll put you down, you can actually find some pretty good things that you can't find anywhere else in some of these dollar stores. First thing, now these are all going to be news things. First thing are the new Elasta gummies. This is made by Raindrops. This is following a trend of toys, of stretchy toys. I know we all remember Stretch Armstrong as children. Well, these have come back in recent years with the Gucci or Gucci? I forget what they're called. There's a new toy line. I actually love them to death. I actually play with them when I go to Walmart. I actually bought some for my my nephew. Gucci or something. There's different characters that you can buy in the toy section, but this is a play off that. So this is a stretch gummy. So fucking cool. I should have got the other character. I'll go back and buy them. As you can see, a kid is stretching. I love any candy concept where kids are being encouraged to handle their candy in a playful manner. To me, it's so vile to think that a little child would play with this before eating it. Next up is by the same company. This is Raindrops out of Miami, Florida. This is candy foam. Now, this is not a new concept with candy novelties. We've had candy foam date back to the early 90s when Amaral was the first to try it. With a power hose, it was called. Later, Kids Mania tried one with a fire extinguisher candy. Now, this goes into the candy spray category, but they're trying to do a candy spray foam. It's a little different, but this is not the first time we've seen it. Anyway, it has a little mascot of a little dude there. Not the most visually interesting. I mean, it's a pretty piece. It's creative enough. But I, finally picked one up. Next up is a new piece that was just released by Raindrops. Candy Bubbles Liquid Candy. Here's another one where they're encouraging children to play with their food. One of my favorite things of all novelty candy is this concept. It comes with a straw. Listen to me. They're telling kids to put a straw into this tub of goo and blow air into the bubbles and for it to bubble up, to manually blow bubbles in it. And then you're encouraged to eat it. That's the last thing you do. Yeah, that is pretty gross. And the last thing I picked up is another piece by Raindrops, one of my favorite novelty candy companies. This is their new Alien Gummy Candy. It has a pretty nice mascot. Not the most creative alien I've ever seen, but he works. I notice it comes in a test tube. That definitely brings up the cool factor. This is a test tube that an alien on a spaceship has compiled, probably from human matter, fluids, and we'll study it. And we call this Alien Gummy Candy Lab. Very neat. Yeah, I haven't. This is the first time I've looked at these guys. So the other day I picked them up real quick, but I don't even have to study this stuff. I'm not going to buy it anyway. So this is kind of a reveal for me as well. Yeah, it has a best date of 2025, so shelf life about a year. Anyway, very cool. a lot of this is following this unfortunate trend. I'll end on this unfortunate trend of oversized novelties. Because if you look in the past, Tops usually went with about a 3 to 4 inch candy container, and now Raindrops got pretty close, but that's what makes this so endearing. It's a pretty nice size. It's still a little too big, but when you look in the past with novelties, they were much smaller. And just everything, look how much bigger novelties are compared to the past. It makes them a little less fun to collect, to be honest. Plus just the weight of some of these things. It's just ridiculously heavy. And so I'll be storing this until probably the day I die. Unfortunately, I mean, it's kind of a bummer to have such heavy fucking shit that they make nowadays. Because when, growing up, candy was much smaller, much more hand size, and just a little more fun to me. But they're still trying, I guess. But it's just like everything's so large and just clumsy. Just a lot of clumsy shit, man. Even like this, I mean, here's a great example. These are from 92, and this is from 2002. Look how much bigger. Why is this so much bigger? Like, what's the deal? Why can't it just be a classic size? I don't know why all the candy has to be so massive. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, just a gripe I have with novelty candy as it is today. Anyway, guys, quick little recap. Got a ton of 80s and 90s. Everything sealed. Everything just almost pristine mint. It's quite a good thing here. Picked up some bangers at the dollar store. They're all by Raindrops Novelty Company, but some good ones. All brand new. You can go pick those up if you like. I can't get to my other Raindrops, but I'll just tell you my favorites that you can still buy. One is the Troll Wax candy. You got to find Troll Wax. And the second one is the graffiti spray. Beautiful package design on that graffiti spray. So see if you can find those. But you guys have a good rest of your day. I think that's everything. And I do have some more things coming in, so check back with me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Russ Fan out.